Hi, welcome back to Voice Notes from my bathroom. My name's Amanda. I'm a sustainable productivity strategist and a home educated mum of three, and I help ambitious but overloaded women to ease the mental clutter, lighten their physical loads, and spend the time that they save on what actually matters to them. So, I have been thinking a lot about how in business we tend to externalize things more, right? Especially if we've got a team. But when it comes to everyday like work in the home or in our family or in our business, if we run it by ourselves, we so often keep stuff in our head when we just don't need to. So I have like everything basically is outside my head, and that is how I'm able to even get anything done and focus. Is I have to get it out into a system on my like out of my brain and into a system. And one of the ways I do that is with a process, like a visual process. And that could be a checklist in Notion, for example. It's where I keep all my stuff. Like I could have a checklist in Notion, or it might be on like my notes app on my phone, or it might be like a visual for my kids or for me, to help us clean the bedroom, or to clean their bedroom. For example, they have a process that they follow and a visual, and I have a process for the kitchen which helps them, but it also helps me. So often we are keeping things in our head, and if you like, I feel like this is helpful for everybody to externalize. This is what needs to happen, and it's also really useful if you're trying to show that like the unshared labor, the labor you're doing that you maybe need to share with someone in your family, a partner, or your children, is to be able to externalize that. But so often we're just keeping things in our head and then wondering why we feel so stressed and overwhelmed. Like, and yes, we can brain dump stuff out into a list. I do that fairly regularly. We can dump all the things that are coming out, but if we keep we need to rely on brain dumping more if we don't have like processes in place. So for example, this podcast is an example. So I have a really simple, just like little checklist of what I need to do each time to get these episodes out. I need to make sure my phone is like I have a pre-stage, make sure my phone is charged, make sure the mic is charged, do a quick test, have a rough outline of what, like, you know, what I might want to be saying, although I'm just speaking right now, and I won't always do that, but at least I have the process there that if I am like, oh, I'm feeling a bit all over the place, I can really clearly see what needs to happen. And yes, you can regulate first before you do stuff, and that helps you to access creativity and helps you to remember things. But you also just don't need to. Like, please have it written down. It doesn't mean you need to create a visual. You don't need to spend 2 hours creating a visual to help your child clean up their bedroom. You could also join the study club. You'll get all my templates and checklists and everything like that in there for free, as part of the study club, which is my new program, which is very exciting. But the goal is to just have that standard process. So anything where you do more than once, you can have that externalized as a process. So for example, in the kids room, I have created a poster for them that has really simply like, rubbish to the bin, toys to the baskets, and it's really easy to follow, and you want to make it easy for yourself to follow. It doesn't have to be really complicated, and this is I talk about this, I've talked about this before, but we sometimes also we make things too complicated. Like, pare it back. Like, if you are doing something again and again, how can you make yourself a simple list that even when you are feeling like, oh my gosh, I've got so much on my plate and it's dysregulated, you can still look at that and be like, right, let me get the kitchen clean. Actually, I know what I need to do. And that, if this is sounding silly to you, then this is not for you. You go ahead and you just clean up the kitchen without any checklist. I'm so happy for you. But if this resonated, then externalize it. Externalize the process. Don't leave it up to guesswork. Don't keep it in your head. Lighten your brain from the everyday, like, or not even every day. It could be something you do weekly. It could be something you do monthly, but lighten your brain from having to keep things in it. Even if you might rely on habits, but even if you rely on habits, you can, it's a lot for your brain to remember. So that's my tip for you today, is to externalize the process. Okay, until next time. If you're enjoying this podcast, though, please do come over to amanda.apiaj on Instagram. Come and chat to me. I'd love to hear from you. Bye for now.